Max, easy.
Max.
We're back on. So, a little introduction. Explain.
We can see you, Al.
Why don't you tell us a little bit
Move
about
over a little bit.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Maxcel Hardy, known as Chef Max, I guess. Personal chef and restaurateur, author, philanthropist, and so born and raised in Detroit. I left when I was 13, moved to Tampa, and mom moved to Tampa from Detroit, and so I went down there in high school down there. Played basketball, thought I'd make it to the NBA like any other inner city kid.
Oh, no.
Realized that wasn't going to be it, so I better, change the focus a little bit. So I started cooking in high school, and
why cooking?
Well, I got hurt my junior year, and I broke my collarbone. So during that time, I couldn't play, and so I took up home ec, and then home ec changed to culinary arts. We had a chef come in, and just became world class culinary program in high school.
Okay.
Got a scholarship to go to Johnson & Wales to play basketball and cook. So moved down to Miami and did that.
You went to the campus in Miami. Huh?
Yeah, Miami campus. Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. And again, just realized basketball wasn't going to be the out, so I better get it together. So started honing my skills, working in different restaurants and hotels in Miami. Was executive chef of Hard Rock Casino for a while. Opened up Aventura Country Club.
Wow.
Yeah. So then
impressive.
Yeah. And then I got fired from Aventura Country Club. They told me wear a chef token. I was like, I'm not wearing a chef token. I'm too tall, right? And so I would walk in the kitchen and it would knock off. So they fired me for that. And so I started Chef Max Miami, which was and still is a catering company where we cater to a bunch of celebrities and athletes.
Okay.
So you cooked for some of your customers.
Absolutely.
Were basketball players. Tell us some of the players that you've cooked for.
Yeah, so I mean, when it first started, like anybody that came to Miami, I was partnered with a company called Carefree Lifestyles, and so anytime you came to Miami, you wanted a house, you wanted cars, you wanted a yacht, they'll call me and cook for you for the weekend. So that's kind of how it started. So I mean, you name them, I pretty much touched them and cook for them. What
were you cooking? What type of stuff?
A little bit of everything, man. It was guys come in town. Hey, I want dinner tonight, and so it could be a 5-star dinner, 5 courses, or it could be as little as chicken and waffles, and so it kind of all wrappers.
What was some of the strange requests?
But I wanted to ask you: are you still based in Miami?
I'm based here, but I still go New York, Miami, LA.
Okay.
Bahamas. I still kind of make that commute.
Okay.
So what has been some strange requests?
Probably the strangest request to fly me to LA after a game to make chicken and waffles at 2 a.m.
Oh wow.
It was like, hey chef, game is over at 11. I was in New York, and I'm like, so you want me to fly from New York to LA just to make chicken and waffles, right? Wow. So I got to LA, I had to buy waffle irons and
fly commercially or
I flew back private with them, but flying up, commercial. But yeah, so that's one of the strange. Oh no, actually, no, it's not the strangest request. The Prince of Dubai, he was in Miami. He rented out the old Scarface house.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this royal table, right? It's Halloween night, and I get a call like, "Hey, chef, we want sushi, but we wanted to put it on a naked lady."
Oh.
And so I had to find a lady naked, sushi on her.
Oh wow!
A real naked lady?
Oh yeah, no, she was naked. Yeah.
How long did she have to lay there on the table?
About 3 hours.
And,
wait a minute. So wait a minute. She laid on the table and you
just
prepared
like you lay on this table right now, and I put sushi in you right now.
Wow!
Wow.
And they
did
ate.
she get paid well for that?
I think it was like $500-$600 or something like that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but yeah, no. I mean, so that's probably the strangest.
Wow.
So did you have to find her?
I had to find her. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But I mean, in Miami, that's
yeah,
easy.
absolutely
That's
right.
You just call a concierge company and they on their way.
Wow.
I was in a hotel room and I was watching.
That's crazy.
I was watching the Food Channel with my wife, and he was on it, and I kept looking, and I said, I seen him somewhere. I seen him somewhere. And when they said where he's from, I said,
right.
Yeah,
right.
I said he the quiet one.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
don't bother anybody. I didn't know you was a chef. Man.
Yeah, no, I mean I've done B Bobby Flay, I've done barbecue brawls, Bobby Flay, I've done chop, you know, and just a bunch of Food Network.
If that show fixed Bobby Flay, he
No.
won't lose. Man.
He don't lose. I mean, he's good. He's good though. I think it's
I
somewhat.
don't watch it.
I
so-
watch him, man.
I think it's somewhat fixed at some points, right? Because you know, but what happens is a lot of chefs get nervous, and you know, when you see it, I see it. So if it's 15 minutes to make an entree, and you got to make something that
How do we keep the food warm, man?
I mean, well, it doesn't. It's not warm when you take when they're tasting it. It's not warm,
Okay.
right? So because like once you make it, you got to go back in the dressing room, and you know you got to go to production and the whole thing. So it's an 18-hour day of filming.
Wow.
So
Great.
you get there at 6 a.m. You know you're not leaving until 1 o'clock in the morning. So it's just it's a long day of production. But it's fun shows, man. Like I said I wouldn't do any more competition shows, just because like. I'm like, all right, I'm over that. But, but I still do a lot. I just got back from Charleston Food and Wine Festival where I was down there, kind of participating in that. So,
you were there. I was in Charleston now, man.
I love Charleston, man.
Charleston is
Charleston's
real
pretty
nice.
cool, man. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like Charleston.
Tell us what you got cooking here in speaking here in Detroit. What are your?
Yes, I own Coop Detroit, Detroit Shipping Company. Is a Caribbean fusion restaurant, kind of chicken based,
and that's over on Cass and
Peterborough.
Peterborough.
Yep. And then I just opened up in Lansing 2 months ago called Irie Smoke Shacks. It's a barbecue concept, Caribbean barbecue, kind of like a Korean barbecue kind of deal, but just a Caribbean base.
How's that doing?
Really good, really good. I didn't think Lansing was going to take off and respond well to that, but
it seems like it's.
When elected officials eat a lot of pork,
right?
So pork is the big deal. You should be surprised.
I'm not going to jump in that one. I'm going to let that one ride because I need their business. But
I went to Michigan State and then I worked for the Detroit News and the Lansing Bureau, and I knew. Kind of a limited culinary selection out there. So it seems wide open for someone to come in.
It really is. It really is. Like, I've been going back and forth for the last, month, 2 months. And just like even when I leave the restaurant and I want to go find something to eat, it's very selective, very limited. Yeah, very limited. So, but no, Lansing's been good, man. And then I have Jed's, which is on 7 and Riotville, a pizza concept. And then
you got a cigar bar lounge coming.
Yep. Cigar bar's open. It's called Birds. Birds and Rosemary. It's in the North End.
So whereabouts?
Where, yeah.
So John R. Westminster.
Okay.
Yep. So we're there. We have
near the Boulevard.
Closer to Woodward.
Okay.
It's a nice little area.
Yeah.
They don't redevelop.
You
That red
there?
shoe shine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right next to Red Shoe Shine.
Yeah.
Like Milwaukee Boulevard.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And at that junction right there.
And every Wednesday you
I've been over to Cutter's on Wednesdays doing steak night, and so we do prime rib night over there. So we just have
like a pop up.
Just the crazy part is I literally wanted to figure out where to go get prime rib at, and I was like, well, it's nowhere really.
Mm-hmm.
You go to London Chop House, you can't get it. You go to Prime and Proper, nope. And so I was like, well, let me just create a night where we can kind of do that. We do it at the Cigar Bar too. We do a steak night there for our members.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went somewhere where I can just kind of just go, and I was like, all right, Chuck, let's make it a thing, and we did. So
let me ask you this:
Yep.
at your establishments here, do you have food for those who don't eat meat?
Absolutely. So at Coop, we have vegetarian options as well. My spicy cauliflower is like really popular there. Our Brussels sprouts are really popular. And then I partner with Kellogg and did a kind of vegan chicken sandwich. So kind of tofu based. And so we got a few options at the pizza spot. We have, cauliflower pizza as well. Using cauliflower, as the crust.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that. So and then we're getting ready to open What's Cracking, which is gonna be on 7 in Illinois, and so a seafood boil concept. So
okay.
All the seafood lovers that that don't eat meat, you come visit us there. So we'll be open.
And are you part of a restaurant group? I mean, are there a group of investors with you, or
so I have Hardy Hospitality Group, which is my group, but then we're flying under Happy Hospitality as well for Lansing. So, but yeah, so it's a team of individuals to kind of make all this happen. I can't do it all on my own, so I still got to travel and be a personal chef and all that good stuff. So
right,
yeah,
you're doing a whole lot. Personal chef, all these different restaurants.
Yeah.
That's traveling.
What did you bring us?
Right.
Before we got to do a little commercial break.
Okay.
And then we're gonna.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. There are payment plans available to help save your property. Visit our website at treasurer.waynecounty.com or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com for further information. We're here to.
Nearly 30,000 vacant lots all over the city of Detroit are for sale right now. That's right, nearly 30,000 vacant lots are available now, starting at just $100. The lot next to your house or the lot down the street. Make it yours today in just a few simple clicks. Find out if it is available by visiting buildingdetroit.org. At the Detroit Land Bank Authority, side lots are just $100 and neighborhood lots sell for $250. You can apply and pay online today by visiting buildingdetroit.org. And if you don't see the lot you're looking for, call our offices. Our phone number is 313-974-6869. Again, that is 313-974-6869. We have already sold more than 21,000 vacant lots to Detroit homeowners. Make today your turn by visiting buildingdetroit.org.
Well, welcome back. I see Chef Hardy got us some.
You see what the chef is cooking.
Shrimp and grits.
Yes.
All right. Now we're talking. Wow.
I tell you, in South Carolina, that's all they shrimp and grits. It's like, man, they make them 80 different ways. In the barbecue. Too bad I don't eat the meat like I used to.
Right.
Man,
Do you still eat red meat though? Steak
once in a while. Can't eat a lot of it.
Right.
But I'm gonna have to. But I'm gonna have to check out the. I'm gonna have to check out the prime rib Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, it's on Wednesdays?
Yeah, it's on Wednesdays at Cutter.
All right. Well.
So,
all right. So,
Chef, you gonna tell us what's in this?
Yeah,
tell us a lot of love.
Okay, it's a lot of love.
Onion, spinach, a little Parmesan in there. Got a little spice to it. The grits are a little bit of cream in there, just nice and creamy.
Oh man!
All righty. And is there any trick to cooking shrimp?
Not overcooking it. And then
what's this?
I don't know if y'all want to indulge in a little rum punch.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what kind of show it was, so I just wanted to, make sure I cover all bases.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
All right. So you also I know you start out in Detroit or Rosedale? In Rosedale Park.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. This is delicious.
Yeah, so the first restaurant when I came back to Detroit, I opened in Rosedale.
And what was the name of it again?
River Bistro.
Yeah, I remember River Bistro.
Yeah. And how was that? And Rosedale Park was still developing at the time. It wasn't as developed as it is now. I mean, it used to be very developed, and then it kind of declined, and then it was sort of a comeback. Were you one of the pioneers there?
I think I think the pioneer. I mean, what's the name was before me, Vegan Soul. They were a year before me, so I think they took the first shot at opening over there. And for me, I wanted to come back, and when I got back, I didn't want to just go right into downtown, midtown, and open up. I kind of wanted to give the community the opportunity to enjoy the same food that we have downtown, Ferndale, Royal Oak, all these opportunity, other places that people think great food is at. And so we gave it a shot. It was a tough and expensive lesson. We lost big.
What happened?
Yeah.
I think, I think that area, and I think just people in general that live in the city of Detroit think of like going to Ferndale, Royal Oak, Farmington to go have good food.
So it's the mindset.
Yeah, I don't think they realize like I can go have a great dinner and you know,
in a
wine and
neighborhood,
dine in my
Detroit
neighborhood,
yeah.
you know, so I think, you know, it's vice versa. So if, you know, a lot of my clientele was from some of the outside neighborhoods that came in on the weekends. And so it was kind of a swap. And we did well with that. And then they did that street shit where they put the bike lane in.
And they just fucked everything up.
That, I mean, we went from, you know, having, you know, good days to doing $200 days. And so, you know, doing those kind of numbers, you just can't survive. And
what's the challenges to running? I mean, when I think of a restaurant, I think of one, help being an issue, two, keeping the food fresh, knowing how much to buy and how much not to, you know, have to throw out. What were you dealing with?
Well, I mean, so just being a chef and just being in the business so long and just running corporate hotels and et cetera, but it really wasn't a problem for that. The problem was, you know, just trying to find good quality help here. You know, we don't have a bunch of culinary talent. We don't have a bunch of culinary schools. We have one culinary school, you know, that puts out Schoolcraft. Yeah. You know, and they put out 60, 70 students. And so now you have 200 restaurants trying to compete, you know, to grab all the staff. And we just don't, we don't have it. And I always say, like,
I know OCC has a school too as well.
Yeah, they do.
What about the high school, DPS?
You know, and that's Bright Off and Go Lightly. They have programs, and I don't think the programs are strong enough. I think they could be stronger. And so I've helped them and been working and mentoring with them, just trying to you know, kind of help them as well. And then one of my projects, you know, for this year is to kind of create, you know, kind of my own program. So when I first got back, I was working with Horatio Williams Foundation, and we was doing Saturdays in the D, where we taught, you know, culinary students every weekend. And so I want to continue that and kind of nourish the next generation of culinary talent, just because, you know, we've been known as a meat and potatoes town. You know, like you went from the factory to now all these restaurants opening, and we went through COVID, so a lot of stuff shut down.
We saw where one of the owners just won the Chop series.
Yeah,
he's opening up another restaurant.
Absolutely. So you have all this emerging talent that's coming to the city doing these restaurants, but where do you pull from, right? So if he's opening another restaurant, and I'm opening another restaurant, we fight for the same.
When are we going to bring back the Taste Fest? You know what, the Taste Fest was a big deal. I went to the Taste Fest in Chicago, one in Colorado. Detroit always had a pretty good Taste Fest, and then it disappeared.
Before COVID, we had the Detroit Free Press had a food and wine festival, which was really nice, you know. But coming back from Charleston Food and Wine Festival, man, and just seeing just what, you know, what other cities are doing, we should really, you know, piggyback off some of that and just really have some fun with, because we have a food culture here. People, you know, we always knew where to get good food at. Right. You know, we didn't know.
Detroit has a lot of good restaurants. But
you didn't. But back in the day, you didn't see like these emerging chefs that, you know, you didn't see James Beard Award winning chefs like you have in Detroit now, and you know, guys winning Chop, and you know, me coming back, and you know, seeing, you know, so many other chefs in the city. You know, April won the James Beard Award, and you know, it's just Mabel Gray and all those guys. They're just really big guys that's doing good things in the culinary space. But I think we need to continue, you know, nourishing that and making it make sense.
Before we go on, tell me the spice. There's a little bit of a heat in here.
Yeah.
What kind of spices do you have?
Scotch bonnet pepper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can feel a little bit. I mean, it's
similar like that habanero kind of deal.
Okay.
And this pairs well, you know.
It's good. It's excellent.
The grits kind of hide it.
I mean, it's not too hot. But it has a little heat.
And then the rum punch kind of just
clears
it out.
Yeah, it does. The rum punch is delicious.
Hey.
You know, some places can make the greatest grits, and then other places make them runny. Or whatever. What's the secret to having some good grits?
Well, I mean, I always like to just make sure, you know, you add a little heavy cream right in, a little heavy cream, a little butter, just right at the end, and then a little Parmesan cheese. Some people like, you know, cheddar. That kind of makes it a little more creamier as well. So, but cooking them nice and slow is the key. You know, nice and slow, and just kind of can continue whisking while you're adding the grits into to your water. So, but down in Charleston, they make it with milk.
What's your signature dish?
I mean, I guess everybody always think I'm, you know, like, his jerk wings are his thing, but I'm French trained, so I do a lot of that stuff. But my favorite thing to make is Italian food. So
Well, it's not
like
sushi.
what?
It's not sushi on a
I,
woman.
I love sushi too. Yeah, but no, Italian
What
is my
Italian?
favorite.
What do you-
I love making oxabuco. So doing like a nice roast oxabuco or nice bronzino is always kind of my fave. So yeah.
Do you have a favorite restaurant? Do you have a favorite Italian restaurant in Metro Detroit?
So low key, I go to Roma's almost every day.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah,
Are you
Roma's.
serious?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you get there?
I do the Marcello a
I
lot,
thought he would
and then
say
I add
his own restaurant.
a little blue cheese on top. The crazy part is I rarely eat at my restaurant.
Do you eat your food?
I don't like
Mhm.
like I cook this now. I won't eat this now.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Um,
Giovanni's? You ever go there?
Giovanni's good. Yeah, Giovanni's good. I'm in the market shopping all day, so I think I hit Roma's a lot. Cutter's my other favorite spot.
Yeah.
So so you catch me in one of those two places.
The catfish bites are good at Cutter's.
Yeah, no, they are. Cutter's always a good time and great food and good people. So it's always a pleasure.
So when are you at Cutter's again?
On Wednesdays, every Wednesday 6 to 10, we're doing that, and
Okay.
so yeah, it's a really cool vibe, and just come and have some good dinner. And
So how long will you be there?
I don't know. I mean, we literally just started 4 weeks ago, and we just been
Okay.
having some fun with it.
They have
and,
people really
Yeah,
receptive.
we sold out every Wednesday.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
it's been fun.
And what is Detroit missing in terms of you go to certain when I lived in DC, I always felt like the Asian food was really good. The Middle Eastern food was so.
Yep.
Indian food was good. I feel like Indian food here, there's not enough good Indian food places. Do you feel like?
Well, definitely Indian for sure. Me being Caribbean, I there's not enough Caribbean spots here.
You like the Caribbean kitchen, man?
They're pretty good.
But they be so
It's-
packed, and there's a little spot.
Yeah,
I drive up and look at it and say, "Not today."
I love their soup. They make good soups over there. They got
Where is that?
On 7 miles,
7 and Myers.
yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. They do a good job, but again, I
I
think
like
you
the cabbage.
Yeah, the cabbage is pretty good too.
Yeah,
I think you're just missing some of that.
How about soul food?
We
I feel like
but
there's enough soul food places.
I'll be 100% honest.
no,
Like, where do you go to get soul food?
I don't.
That's good.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think
it's hard.
I think the only place that I like and I go to is Celebrities.
Where is that at?
That's a bar
Yeah, but
on the west side.
but they sell more food.
People,
Then-
somebody just told me
then
that
anything.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Two of my brothers' celebration of life. They were
Well,
talking about.
Plymouth
Club-
and
yeah.
Plymouth and
Why is
Is it
it not?
different?
Is it- yeah.
Why is it not good soul food places?
Big Mama stopped cooking. So you have these, those mom and pop places that you used to be able to go get good soul food at. I mean, Motor City, you can go. Motor City soul food
It's
is-
like
is-
you go on Woodward, you see that.
I'm sorry.
You see, you go on Woodward and Warren or Forest, where Church's Chicken used to be.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a chicken tenders place. There used to be a soul food restaurant called Homemaker's Pantry,
okay.
and it was a woman and her 2 daughters. They made and want to go to breakfast. Breakfast was like, man, you wouldn't have to eat the rest of the day.
I mean, but you got to think too now. The price of restaurants and the price of square footage is pushing a lot of restaurants out because and a lot of entrepreneurs or people that want to take a chance and do food and in general, whether it's soul food, whether it be Asian, whatever. To operate a restaurant right now, you're looking at $35-$40 a square foot. To be in a good area. And again, I think people are like saying, "Hey, I'm leaving my neighborhood and I'm going downtown." And how you gonna do soul food and afford the rent?
Do you? Let me ask you in terms of depending on your location. Do you cater black and white? Do you make a distinction? Sometimes say, "Oh, this neighborhood is going to want more of this. This isn't going to sell in this neighborhood." Is that something that?
Well, for me, I mean, just going. When I first wanted to figure out just what kind of chef I wanted to be, I always said I would never be a soul food driven chef because I think once you get that stigma,
That label.
then
Okay.
you're like, okay, I'm that $10 to $15 guy you can call. Me, you can't call me for $10 to $15. It's just
Right.
not that.
Okay.
But I never, yeah, I mean, you do your demographic and you do your research of like what will work, you know.
Right.
And so
I can't pay $40 for a pork chop.
We have.
Well, I mean, if you go over to Mad Nice, which is a new restaurant, which is amazing, you're gonna pay $60 for a chicken. So you better get ready for that.
We have a question from somebody in the audience. They asked, when will the restaurant on Livernois open?
We'll be ready midsummer. We just got our HVAC in this weekend, and so we're making pretty good strides. And so, midsummer, right, mid-July, we'll be ready.
And it's a dine-in, and what will be the capacity?
30 seats in the dining room, takeout area, and then we have a whole patio and garage doors, and it's kind of
we don't have no good barbecue downtown. I know people like that slow stuff. I don't. I want to tell you, I want some real barbecue, man.
I keep saying, man, I've been saying I wanted to do a barbecue spot. That's why I did it in Lansing. But if I want to do a old school barbecue spot with a pit that's in the wall, and you walk in and it's smoky everywhere, and just like real old school barbecue like you'll get in Alabama, Georgia.
Is Vicky still good barbecue?
I'm not sure. I know one of the guys just bought it. He's been changing it up a little bit and trying to get it back to the quality that it used to be.
Yeah.
I haven't been over there since.
Okay.
But I know during the pandemic, right at the pandemic, it changed ownership, and so I think they're working on getting it back. I haven't been over there personally, so I don't know.
One last question: there are a lot of people who are now, it seems to be just the thing to do to call themselves chefs, right? When in fact, in my mind, you're just a cook. And I should say just a cook the way I said it, but you're a cook and you do. Could you please tell our audience the difference between a cook and a chef?
So, I mean, this is one of the things that I stand on. I don't say it. I don't talk about it much. And I find that that Instagram, Facebook, Twitter has made everybody chefs.
Yep.
Made everybody famous, made everybody rich. But to your question, just because you cook at Mama House, she said it was good, don't qualify you to be a chef, right? Like, if you didn't put the time in, and I'm not saying you hadn't necessarily went to school and have credentials, but that plays a big role into it. But if you don't have the time and the effort and the hunger and do studying and research, like, I eat, breathe, sleep being a chef. Like, that's all I know and that's all I do. So, and I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly growing, I'm constantly taking class, I'm constantly doing this, I'm constantly teaching. And so it's just like any profession, like, right? What makes an attorney if you don't, understand just what goes into it and really put the work in. So
going to school now, would you be characterized as, a sous chef?
No. So when you get out of culinary school, you just got your culinary degree.
Okay.
But you still got to go be, if you, and I always say this, if you haven't went to school or if you haven't been a sous chef at a hotel, casino, restaurant, wherever, then it steps. You become, cook, line cook, prep cook, sous chef, executive sous, executive chef.
Explain the sous chef a little bit more.
So sous means second in command. So if I'm the executive chef of a hotel, then my sous chef is his second in command. So if I'm off the day, then he's
hold tight with that. We're gonna come back, wrap up this segment. We're gonna take a break. Be right back with Chef.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. There are payment plans available to help save your property. Visit our website at treasurer.waynecounty.com or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com for further information. We're here to help.
Homeownership.
I don't have to run it off. We back on.
Homeownership opportunities.
Here we go.
Here we are. We back on. We want to thank Chef Hardy for coming on. We're gonna have to have him come on once a month.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the food was really awesome.
Yes, it was
great.
Really, I ate all my food.
And I'm gonna drink all
save
my
a little
punch. I'm gonna drink all my
I
punch.
get pulled over on the way home. I mean, you've been drinking? I'm like,
No.
But we're gonna thank Chef Hardy, and we're gonna have him back on.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah, there's no question. Thank you. Okay, man, that was great.
Yeah.